and yo again, here for a new fantastic season at CRR. Me with Nerf for Nothing and my boy.
E-Fairzy.
Here at this fantastic venue. Man, oh man, we're back at it again. 2024, but the 2023 game is still in effect. Man, am I excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great season here. Half season compared to our last season of 23 or 24 races. Only doing 12 this season to end off this game before F124 comes out. So, yeah, sure, I'm excited. Should be a pretty tightly packed grid, I think.
And it looks like Cam is the first one to go out of the pits. But some interesting little driver changes here. A lot of people going from one team and staying from another. Like I said, a little, like you said earlier there, Fry, it's going to be a little bit jumbled up here with getting used to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a few new drivers in and a couple drivers switching teams, switching tiers and stuff like that. So, yeah, should be great.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on who takes their first engine penalty here, as I believe Stia is one of them. But as we have the Aston Martin boys of Mr. Excitement from Alpine and decided to make his venue over to Aston Martin with that fancy little green car there going around the track, as he was the first one to come across the line. Just fell short of the championship of season 3 due to, I'm not sure of the terminologies there, but will it be his season? Will it be another tier 2 driver that comes out of nowhere? But Mr. Excitement will start his lap here. DRS will be open here for him. He's got a Mercedes ahead of him. Will that ruin his day here in qualifying? Looks like an Alpine maybe. Gonna give him some room there. No traffic there for him. Mercedes is gonna gladly get out of his way. Mr. Excitement coming through the first sector like it is no tomorrow, using the non-optimal line, but getting it pretty clean through Sector 1. Coming into Sector 2, very little mistakes, but hesitant on his throttle coming out of the hairpin there just before the technical tough corner, coming in to the second DRS zone of the lap, coming into the end of the DRS zone, just about the roughly in between the 150 meter board is when you want to brake there. Coming into the tight sections of Sector 2, now into 3, coming into the coast section of the track, I would like to say, into the back straight here. Just about coming to the final detection zone of the final corner here. Will he keep it together? Will he mount the curb and spin? No, he won't. He will stay within the lap. DRS open. And that will be his venue over there with a 129.8. An impressive lap there. But Cam will come across the line to start a 131.5 there, which is an impressive lap there.
Yeah, quite a good lap there from Mr. Excitement, 29.8. I would imagine that Tier 1 pole will be somewhere in the 28.5 to 28.8 range, so about a second, a little over a second off of what I think the Tier 1 pole will be tomorrow. So I think he's got a pretty good shot at least the front row with that 29.8, even though it's only his first lap. A really good lap there from Excitement.
Yeah, for sure, as Mr. Excitement's got something to prove this season, as a little bit of a technical shambles. I'm not sure what happened, like I said, in between his lap, but maybe he'll be the champion. Who knows? Will the newcomers, as we have new people today, over 10 people qualifying today, it's definitely going to be, as out of nowhere, the new person of the league, Enemy Boy, tops that time with a 29.7.
Yeah, out of nowhere, Anime Boy taking provisional pole to 29.7. We had said Excitement put down a pretty good time with that 29.8, but Anime on his first lap here in CRR decided that it wasn't good enough, improved on it by about half a tenth. So we'll see if anybody can challenge him. But just like you were saying, we got Anime, we got Teddy Vaughn as well in here. Two brand new drivers to CRR Tier 2 here. So yeah, we'll see if either of them can mount a challenge for podium / win tonight, and a challenge for the championship. Hemi Kid with another championship win this last season, and Excitement just barely missing out. So we'll see how they stack up against our new guys here, and we'll see where the rest of the grid falls in.
And Zizou will go 9th fastest. Metal God will set a better banker time for himself with that 51 minute 51 there. 131 looks a tad bit better, but Nerdy coming out of nowhere going into the second row with a 30.8. Not too shabby from him. Moving with his teammate to Aston Martin from Alpine.
Yeah, Nerdy and Mr. Excitement should make a pretty good pairing there. I would imagine that they'll be fighting near or towards the top of the constructors this season, but I think it's pretty fair all around. They got a lot of good drivers spread out throughout the teams, so I'd imagine that we'll have a multi-team fight for the constructors. But I think Excitement and Nerdy will definitely be up there, as they're proving so far with provisional P2 and P4. So see if anybody else can match that or do better.
Yeah, Mr. Excitement getting a little bit antsy, I would imagine, with Anime Boy's time there. Wonder if he's gonna keep the track position and just save some tires, or is he gonna go out for another try and try to beat that pole position time? Because if these soft compound tires, they can go for 8 to 7 laps consistently before they drop off, depending on your setup. But
yeah, and it is a short qualifying session, so there is technically three chances, enough time for 3 chances to improve. So yeah, we'll see whether people go out for 1 lap or 2, or they stretch it out for 3, as Grey Logic dropping down to Tier 2 here this season from Tier 1. Should be fighting right at the front, I would imagine, and he throws in a 130.297, moves him up to provisional second row, so expect him to be fighting near the front as well this season.
And knocks Nerdy right out of the equation there. I would assume if I was Nerdy, I would be coming back out, but you never know what the Aston Martin boys are going to be up to their sleeves there. But Shira putting on a better lap there. Stealth coming around.
Yeah, I did notice the 2 Alfa Romeos giving each other a bit of a slipstream there earlier. Gino still hasn't put in a lap, but I'm wondering if he did give Lunar a bit of a tow down the main straight. Lunar able to put in a 130.5, which is good enough for provisional P5 right now as well, as he's on an out lap. Quite a few guys out on hot laps right now. I think who do we all got? Looks like
Stealth put in a 31.3.
Zizou might be.
And as
good
far
time
as the league goes, new point system has been added. So Stealth, if you stay in the top 12, bud, you've got a point to yourself. That is an awesome venue of how this league works. Is it's not the top 10 in the official race. It's not the top 8 in the sprint. It's 10th in the sprint now, and the official race is 12 positions that can get a point.
Yeah, that should definitely keep the championship even tighter than it already was, both for constructors and for the drivers' championship. With the top first place getting only 20 points, and now points all the way down to 12th. Definitely rewards consistency over outright pure pace, so should definitely bring that championship right to the bitter end, hopefully with multiple people fighting for it right down to the final lap. So should definitely be an exciting season here.
And Hemi Kid has put in a 3/10 down of a time, a 30.1, but Lunar gonna try to beat that on his onto coming from Red Bull into the Alfa Romero seat, aka Sauber now. But as Crike, thanks for the follow and the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the CRR community.
He's a tier 2 driver actually as well, I believe. He just wasn't able to make it today, but he's a new tier 2 driver as well. So hopefully, I look forward to seeing him next Thursday. But thank you for the follow there, Craig.
Lunar looking pretty smooth on the transitions into the corners so far. Haven't been paying attention too much to the Delta, but I'm pretty sure he's. Believe it was Sibes that said he wants to be in the championship this season. So him down in 12th, it's got to be a big hit there for him. But Lunar.
Go ahead.
Lunar coming to the end of the lap here. Ooh, gonna get competed a little bit by Uncle Gino there. I'm not sure if that was a last minute. Wasn't up on his time, but giving his teammate a toe there. But we'll follow along as Uncle Gino.
I think they had the right idea, but maybe the execution wasn't quite there this time. But like I had said before, they did give each other a toe earlier in qualifying, so they might be doing a little bit of a team play there, but the execution wasn't quite on point this time. But yeah, I heard you talking about Sibes there. He definitely has the pace. He did switch to wheel last season, and that definitely hurt his pace compared to what it was on controller. But he was coming back throughout the season for sure. And now he's got defending champion in Hemikid as his teammate. So I would definitely expect a pretty good showing from both Haas boys this season.
Yeah, I would imagine because Haas has been changed. Metal has been gone to McLaren. Go Orange with Metal God there.
Absolutely.
With having his first win in last season in Abu Dhabi. Will he be able to win tonight? That's the question, no. But a lot of grid switch ups here and a lot of close combat here, it seems like, on the timesheets.
Yeah, it looks like Shira's purple in the first sector. He's about a 10th up on his time. And I know he did lose some time in the middle sector on his last lap, so we'll see if our Tier 2 Charles Leclerc, as I would call him, in Shira, always good for putting down a good quali lap, and in the races, always tends to fall back, but we'll see if he can change that. It's a new slate this season, so we'll see what he can do here. He's nearing the third sector. We'll see if he's still up on his time or not. It looks to be a pretty tidy lap from him so far. We'll see if he can trouble the top of the timing sheets. He is 8/10 up, which at the moment, if he can match his last sector, would put him P3. So if he can find a little bit more time here in this last sector, he's definitely in for potentially a front row.
Ooh, using a lot of the curve there. Going exit, not... Ooh, and
Shira! Quite a lap! 129.691 from Shira. Like I was just saying, he's always good for a quali lap. We'll see what he can do in the race, but that's provisional P1 for Shira.
And Anime Boy with that 29.7 earlier probably was getting a little bit too cocky in that garage, saying, let's go, pole position, let's go. But Shira smacking him right in the mouth and saying, nope, that's my position. But as we always said, Mr. Excitement has had poles in the past. He's out here with a grind, Will he be able to outdo Shira?
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes out here, as Anime Boy will probably be looking to be heading out here in the next little bit. But yeah, Excitement on an outlap right now. Hemi Kid on an outlap as well. Want to keep an eye on both of them as they're prepping for their last hot laps here. See if they can challenge the top of the timing sheets. But Shira stealing away provisional pole from Anime Boy, showing up for the CRR veteran. Shira letting them know that you can't just hop in our league and take pole just like that. You got to fight for it.
Yeah, for sure. It took me a while to get my first pole, but it feels good. But it definitely gives you a advantage coming into the race. But as we come around the final corner here, we will ride on board with Mr. Excitement and talk through the lap.
Hemi Kid will be right behind him too, so. DRS flap wide open for Excitement here as he preps his last lap. See if he can improve from P3 on the grid. Hard braking down to turn 1. Hits the apex nicely. Careful on the power as you cross this curb here, just like that. Very well done from Excitement. Powers his way down to turn 4. Braking at the 80 meter board. Getting that car turned in nice and tight. On the power, nice and smooth. Looks real good from him so far. He's a 10th and a bit up here. Little lift there through the S's. Hard braking. Drag the brakes as you come through that right-hander. Get back on the power here. Gonna take a little bit of a tow from the Ferrari ahead. Hopefully the Ferrari dives out of the way. And the Ferrari's sitting on the apex. That looks like possible impeding there as Mr. Excitement manages not to invalidate, but he's got to have lost time there. Ferrari not paying attention. Looks like that was Cam. Might be brought into the stewards a bit later. We'll see as he comes through the end of the second sector if he's still up on his time or not.
He is.
He is still up. He's got a 10th and a half in it. If he can find another 10th here in the last sector, he can still trouble the top of the sheets. He preps to brake at the 80 meter board here. Get that car turned in and back on the power. Hard as you dare. Aston Martin flying towards the line. Where will Excitement come across the line? It's P2, so crucially, not able to get P1, probably because of that impeding. Hemi Kid now way up on his time. Looks like he's done a double outlap, so he's going to be starting his hot lap now as we can ride on board with him. But crucially, Excitement might be missing out on pole position here because of that rogue Ferrari parking on the apex of turn, I believe it's turn 10. We'll see what Hemi Kid can do here now, though.
Anime Boy just realizing he's lost his lead there coming into turn 1. He's not going to be able to make it around, unfortunately, but like you said, Hemi Kid's still up for grabs. Everybody is up for grabs. Metal God may even get that position. We've got to be on the lookout here. As I was about to mention, Metal God moving up a few positions from, I believe he was in 7th when he moved up, so definitely a nice little time that he's gathered up there.
We got Hemi Kid about a 10th and a half down so far on this lap. See if he can find some more time in the last half of the lap, but I did see that Metal was up quite a bit on his time. I can't see the delta right now though, so we'll see.
Hemi Kid invalidated. He invalidated. Oh
so
no!
Hemi Kid, best he can do is P5, our defending champion, not making it easy on himself. Sorry, in the season opener here, best he can do is P5. We'll change our attention over to Anime Boy, as we'll see if he can improve. Looks like he was purple sector 2. As he comes towards the final corner, can he steal that pole position away from Shira and get himself back onto the front row here? As he powers down the main straight. Opening up the DRS. Across the line,
yeah,
no improvement from him. P3 is the best he'll do. As Metal gets all squirrely on the exit of the last corner. I think he had already bailed out on that lap ahead of time. Hemi Kid, Metal not able to improve. Go down to Vaughn, moves up to P6. Down to Lunar as well as he's coming across the line here. He's going to take off into the pits, so he will not be improving. Sibes looks like he's out on a lap, as well as Zizou. Zizou will not improve. Sibes, the last man out on track. Can he improve? No, he cannot. P12 for Sibes, so 19 drivers. And on top is Shira. Like I said, our Tier 2 Charles Leclerc, he's always good for that quali lap. But we'll see if he can manage not to fall back in the race.
Will he
Excitement taking the second spot on the top row.
Will he get that hydraulic failure moment and spin? Or will he keep it together?
In Brazil.
Yep. Will he,
I hope for his sake he can keep it together.
Me
but
too,
dang,
me too.
What a qualifying. Unbelievably good qualifying to start the season here. The top 3 separated by less than a tenth. The top 10 separated by less than a second. That is what I would call a tight grid here, fellas. Be ready for an unbelievable season full of tight racing action. But P1, we got Shira with a 129.691. P2, Mr. Excitement. P3, Anime Boy. P4, Metal. P5, Hemi. P6, Teddy. So our 2 new drivers in 3rd and 6th. Watch out for them here in the race. P7 for Supreme. P8 for Gray. P9 for Lunar. P10 for S&M. 11 for Stealth. 12 for Sibes. 13 for Nerdy. 14 for Zuper. 15 for Gino. 16th is Zizu. 17th is Cam. Lewis F1 Lads in 18th. And JST not setting a lap in 19th. So we'll give them, 6 to 8 minutes here. Give them time to get the tire strategies and everything figured out. In the meantime, are we testing out our new cams?
Yeah, indeed we are. Going into the custom standing sheet that your boy has made.
Magnificently crafted.
Yeah, as I got to scroll over to the next page here. It's not letting me get to my other side of my screen for some reason. There we go. What the hell just happened? There we go.
Looks like. Oh, is it good?
Yeah, it's good. You fixed. Yeah, my cam is the one that acts up the most. I don't know why, but there we have it with the tier 2 standings sheet there. Like I said in qualifying there, a few changes from who goes to where and who goes to what, like S&M staying with Mercedes, and Supreme moving over from Aston Martin to Mercedes as the face of regretment of not winning constructors for him. Couldn't keep it, but got to do it this season. So, but yeah, a lot of it's going to be interesting. All zeros because it's a new season, but
slate. Everybody's to win, everybody's to lose here. So, we'll see what happens out there.
But we've gotta initiate this process for every beginning of the season. What are your predictions for both standings here?
You can't sleep on Hemi Kid. He's a proven winner, proven championship winner. Expect him to be fighting right at the front. Excitement as well was fighting right at the front of last season, so you've got to think that they can repeat that again. We'll go with Dark Horse. Maybe Shira's figured out his race pace issues, kind of like Ferrari in real life, figuring out the consistency issues. Very possible he could be fighting up there. He's clearly got the pace. He already took pole tonight, so he'll be fighting up there. Metal as well, repping the McLarens, just for me and you. Expect for him to be up there as well. And, Anime seem to have really good pace out there. We'll see what his race pace with his tire strategies are like. That'll probably be the deciding factor for him. And then as well as Gray dropping down from Tier 1 now to Tier 2. Expect him to be fighting right up towards the front as well. He's got that Tier 1 experience, and I would expect that it'll show through in the races. So,
And
what about you?
even he had a seat change as well, coming from a Tier 1 Ferrari and going down into Tier 2 Alpine. Double change, I guess, but what you would call that. But
Team and tier.
yep. But man, oh man, it's gonna this season's gonna be tough. I mean, there's a lot of new drivers. There's a lot of new drivers that I haven't seen before. Um, but it'd be interesting on how they come about. But I've got to say, if Shira can keep it together, um, I would say he would be the leading uh, aspect, or at least in the top five, for that matter. If but man, it's let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna give some hype to Nerdy. May he's gonna be up there. Um, Mr.
Don't sleep on
Excitement.
the dark chocolate.
No, no, and the same for Hemi Kid. Um, Maybe even Metal will come up there out of nowhere, as he's put in a good time around here, as shown. So uh,
Yeah, and he's
definitely,
proven race winner from Abu Dhabi last year as well. So
yeah. That's as far as driver standings go. As constructors, leading by a mile was Haas by 100 points. Will they be able to do it again this season? No. That's the question.
definitely possible. They've got Hemi Kid, or the defending championship winner, and then Sibes is a solid driver as well. So I think they're going to be the team to beat this season. I think Aston Martin should be right up there as well. Red Bull definitely got a decent team. Mercedes for sure. Um, yeah, I think it's really anybody's game, to be honest with you. Williams could be good with Stealth. I think Stealth's only done a race or two in our league, so he'll have a full season here to get some races under his belt. And Vaughn, this is his first race. He's P6, so watch out for them, I think, too. But yeah, I think it's anybody's game, to be honest, in terms of constructors. But Haas, I think, is the team everybody will be.
Yeah, Haas will be definitely the team to be looking for. But like I've said in qualifying, with this new point system, and everything gonna be a little bit more interesting in the constructor side and on the driver's side. Uh, you gotta be in the top 12 for the official races. Used to be the top 10, but and the same for sprint races. It is the top 10, like the initial format for the official races, which will make things pretty spicy.
Yeah. So quickly before we move on, what are your thoughts on tire strategies here for Bahrain? As Excitement says, his tires are getting cold. He's ready to go. But we're gonna quickly talk about tire strategies. What's the optimal tire strategy around here, Nerf?
I would imagine if you want that fast and groovy start, and I mean, people have shown the two stop is viable around here, uh, with online leagues and stuff like that with safety cars and the lower tiers and stuff. So you could possibly do a medium soft medium, or a soft medium, or a medium soft. But the optimal strategy for staying out if there's no safety cars would be uh, going with that medium to hards or hard to mediums.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
I'll agree with you on that one.
as we've seen in the past, though, I don't expect any safety cars because Tier 2 has significantly improved. Not that I'm saying it's, like there's going to be a safety car. Nah, there's this track is very open. Remember last season in season 3 in tier 1, there was no safety cars, right? That was the only one safety car. So this season, will it be a replica of tier 1 where there's no safety cars, or will there be, in like last season, 3 or 4 race safety cars? But like you said, like Mr. Excitement said, my tires are cold and shriveled up, and they want to get ready to race.
And I'm gonna give them the go ahead right now. All right, they've been given the go ahead. Let's get rocking and rolling.
As we get ready to go here in this venue here.
Ready to roll for race 1 of CRR Tier 2, Season 4, about to get underway. There's no formation lap, Nerf. Lead us away.
Here we go. Shira on pole position for Season 4. 5 red lights are out. Here we go. In Shira's point of view, gets a pretty good, decent start. Everybody's all over the road, but Mr. Excitement shows
Excitement's
a better
already
start
stolen it.
down the inside, and possibly a Ferrari of Anime Boy is looking down the inside of Mr. Excitement. Shira loses 2 positions out for that restart. Unfortunate for him. Metal God just watching the action. A lot of carnage in the back with, I'm not sure what happened there, but we will see here coming through. It seems like everybody has gone unscathed in the top 12 of the pack, but here at the front of the pack, getting through nice and cleanly, Gray Logic getting nice with and familiar with that Alpine F1 lads, getting a little bit squirrely there. Mr. Excitement keeping that first position, but it seems like a lot of people losing the rear end, but keeping it together. Metal God on the back of Shira already. Shira was looks like was under pressure into turn 1. But Anime Boy, he set a pole position. He's here back near the front here in the top 3. People getting
Mr.
set.
Excitement showing off his, flexing his muscles a little bit here in lap 1, already pulling in a 1.8 second gap. Pulled off the line, got Shira down to turn 1, and he's starting to pull a gap here out front. Shira's going to be challenging Anime down to turn 1 as they head side by side. Who can be later on the brakes? It looks like Shira will do a pretty good job with that. Anime Boy tries to carry it around the outside, which turns to the inside here. Shira leaves him the room. Anime leaves Shira the room on the outside. A nice move from Shira there, but Anime not quite wanting to give it up yet. He's going to have to. Those the McLaren from Metal.
Coming
down
down
the inside.
Will he have the greater traction? Anime Boy will have the greater traction out of that corner.
Can't quite make the move happen there. Just about, though. Pretty good action up and down the field. Looks like Vaughn caught the worst of it, down 11 places. Gino down 3, Sibes in last there, down 7. They're going to be hoping for a safety car to bring them back into this race. Lunar down 6 as well, but our big winners so far, F1 lads up 8 spots and Nerdy up 4. So the Aston Martins are on a charge right now. Stealth also up 4 places as the gaps start to open up a little bit here. Excitement still flexing his muscles up front. Hopefully for his sake he doesn't use up too much of his tires here in the early laps. But Shira's going to be looking to track him down. Anime Boy falling within 9/10 here. He's going to be looking to stay in the DRS of Shira, but might be tough because Shira's trying to push and catch up to Excitement.
Yeah, Shira really going to try to get to Mr. Excitement's gearbox here. I believe he is on the soft compound tires, Mr. Excitement is, so he'll for sure be coming in
Nerdy's
early.
mounting a move here on Gray down to turn 1. He goes later on the brakes down the inside. Gray carries the speed around the outside. But Nerdy with the DRS now. Gray also with DRS. Will Nerdy have enough speed to make the move? He takes a look, but decides better of it. He's going to stick in behind him for now. F1 Lads thinking about, or S&M I think just got by F1 Lads for 10th place as well. And I will say a quick apology to all the drivers. With this many, 19 drivers this season, and so many battles up and down the field, it's going to be tough for us to get them all on stream. So we will apologize already in advance that we might not get every single overtake on stream, but we will try our best.
Yes, we will, as a lot of spacing is going on, everybody getting into their rhythm. The Aston Martin boys, both on softs. Expecting an early safety car
here too.
I would imagine, but
yeah, so soft to hard is kind of really the only strategy you want to pull off. Soft to medium is pretty tough to do. So they'll be hoping for either an early safety car or to go to soft tires and get an undercut done. As we got Hemikid chasing down Metal, his old teammate from last season. Looks like with the DRS, he'll make that move stick. Metal tries to fight it back, but there's not quite enough there. As Anime gets a little bit loose on the exit of turn 1. Hemikid will try and pull up close to him, but in the meantime, Metal will also try and get by Hemikid down to turn 4. Is the move on? Doesn't look like it is. As we got Stealth right up to the back of Supreme as well.
Going down the inside, trying to, but Nerdy has the better traction there. Ooh, somebody getting a little bit squirrely there. It looks like Zuper getting a little bit squirrely there in the back. But Mr. Excitement pulling out a 3-second lead already to Shira. The guy.
Yeah, on those soft tires will degrade. Yeah, I mean, he's only P2. It's definitely nothing to worry about if you're Shira. He's on the harder compound as well, so you'd expect that Excitement will be quicker in the early laps, and as the laps tick down, Shira's tires should get better. He should start bringing that gap down. In the meantime, Hemikid, defending champion, looking to show the new blood how it's done here. Only 3/10 back. Anime is going to be stuck without DRS here on the main straight. I would imagine that Hemikid's going to try and make that pass here down towards turn 1. As he makes it past F1 Lads down towards the last corner. F1 Lads letting him by. Might have DRS from him.
Nice and breezing by, but Anime Kid will say thank you for the DRS. Coming into the second DRS zone of the lap.
He's using overtake. He's interested in making this move happen. The new blood, trying to show the CRR vet how it's done. Won't be able to do it on this occasion, though. As the gap keeps opening up out front, Shearer now 3.4 seconds back of Excitement, so Excitement doing a good job of keeping those soft tires in check. And Shearer maybe just conserving them a bit for now. We got
Zuper! He spun! He did a Sebastian Vettel! Oh my gosh!
Spin on the exit of 4. That was Vettel only 5 or so years ago.
Yep. Lunar getting by Zizou again.
As we got Metal dropping down the field. He's lost it at turn 10 on the infield. He's going to lose quite a few places. He was just up there fighting for 4th. Metal now dropping down to P13. He'll slot back in. Lots of race left to go, though. Nothing to worry about too much, no matter who you are, no matter where you are in the field. A safety car could definitely shake things up, so.
As F1 Lads has been the pleasure of all pleasures of the opening of Season 4 to gather the first penalty of the season, which is a 3-second time penalty for him to go to the end of his race. But further down the line,
mounting a move down to turn 1.
Yeah,
Gray takes the inside line through turn 1.
Switch back here. Gray squeezes him off the track just a little bit, but Nerdy nearly lost it there. But manages to keep the car under control and nice there. Metal on a move and for vengeance here after that spin. Gets past Teddy there, nice and easy, done and dusted. there, folks, for him. But further down the line here, everybody getting into their groove here. A lot of variety of compound tire choice here coming into the Bahrain Grand Prix. Like my co-commentator said, soft to hard is the viable option here. But will people opt for the two-stop here today? Will anybody opt for it?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether people take the risk on the two-stop here. It's definitely a riskier strategy, but, you know, it could pay off depending on where people are slotted in right now. You know, it's definitely an option. Shearer slowly closing the gap there. Up at the front now, only 2.6 seconds to Excitement, so he's made up about 8/10 in the last lap or two. We'll see if he can keep clawing back that gap to get back in the DRS of Mr. Excitement. This Anime Boy's getting real close to Hemi Kid. He might fancy a move down to turn 4.
Ooh, gets a little bit of understeer onto that corner.
As he gets a pretty bad exit off of turn 1. That'll compromise his exit, and he'll take the DRS for now, but won't be any moves being made down to turn 4. S&M slotting in behind Nerdy, but Nerdy's still with DRS, going to make the move a little bit tougher up there. Farther back, we got Metal making a pass on F1 lads down to turn 4. He'll make that move stick as long as he can keep it under the power, but he can't.
Will capitalize on that, but will Teddy move? Oh shoot!
Almost 3 wide into this.
Teddy,
as they're still side by side. Oh, and that invites Lunar into the battle as well.
Lunar coming in out of
Lunar gets a place. F1 lads down to 14th. Lunar's off the track. Oh, Lunar's off the track. Zizou will take that position away from him. As a bit of shuffling going around there. People taking some tough lines. Tough to get the power down. Bit of place shuffling goes on, but it looks like everybody's managed to keep their car in one piece.
Ooh, Nerdy in the wall. Back there into the final
Nerdy.
back straight. Those tires is
his front wing is gone, and that's a full safety car. So Mr. Excitement into the pits, Shira into the pits. Anime on the hards is going to be staying out.
Another
so this will really shake up the order. I just mentioned it.
Mr. Excitement.
So hards can make it to the end. They will be, they'll be screaming by the end, but they can do the about 20 laps that will be required of them. So quite a few people coming into the pits. Basically everybody except the guys that were on the hards. Supreme, crucially on the soft tires, is staying out on track. I wonder if he might be coming in on this next lap here, because those softs are going to be falling off any time now. But Stealth and Anime on the hard tires are going to be staying out, keeping that track position. They're going to go along and look to get either onto the mediums or the softs later in the race. Gray on the mediums decided to stay out as well. We'll see what he can do on those tires. But this worked out pretty well for Excitement. Got off the softs at the right time, and now he's on the hards for the remainder of the race, barring any more safety cars. But with this many drivers, I would expect that we'll have a couple of laps here behind the safety car. I do want to mention as well that Sibes now gets invited right back into the race, as he's on some fresh soft tires. So we got a few guys committing to the two-stop. You'd think that S&M probably isn't making it to the end on those mediums. Maybe. Be pretty tough, though. At the same time, Zizou as well. Tough to make it to the end on mediums here, but we'll see if they try. But Super, Cam, and Sibes near the back, they're committing to the two-stop. So this will definitely shake up the order. And yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about 2 laps ago, that no matter where you were in the order, don't give up, because a safety car could change it all up.
And to top that, folks, first safety car of the season here of Tier 2, baby. Lap 7, I believe.
The first of many, I'm sure.
Yeah, first of many. Supreme, like you've said, is diving into the pits. Like you said, opting for that fresher tire.
So is Gray as well.
That fresher tire
Gray getting off those
allocation
mediums
there, which is probably the smarter call around here for staying out one more lap from your competitors.
He's committing to the softs. Gray commits to the softs, but Supreme commits to the hards. So he'll be committing the one stop here, and he'll have the freshest tires of all the one stoppers. They're going to come out in P13 and P14. So we'll see what they can do from back there with the freshest tires of all the one stoppers. In the meantime, Anime and Stealth have kind of been left out to dry by the remaining 17 drivers. They're out there on the old hard tires. They're going to be getting swallowed up here in the early laps. So we'll see if they can do any defending or whether they decide to just let them go by and race their own race.
Anime Boy, following that pre-pole position before it got snatched from Shira, now he's back in the grips of that first place position. Will he get greedy off of the restart here coming pretty soon? Or will he?
We can only hope that that everybody keeps it clean here on the safety car restart. We got 19 cars out there, and it's a tough track to DNF on because the walls are, you know, on most of the exits, most of the entries, the walls are quite a ways away from the apex. So, you know, we got 19 drivers. It's unlikely we're going to lose many, if any. And that's a lot of cars to fit on this tight track here. So hopefully we can keep it all nice and tidy, as we'll see if the safety car comes in this lap or next as they get close to the line here.
Yeah, Zuper's the only
Looks
one that
like
hasn't been
it will
caught up. The trigger would have been right
looks
there.
like it's gonna. Yeah, looks like we're gonna do one more lap behind the safety car, and we'll get going at the end of lap 10, the start of lap 11.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So who do you think, Nerf? Who do you think's in the best shape right now?
I would say, I would honestly say, if S&M played his cards right, he's in the best position right now. If there is another safety car later down the line, it depends on when it comes.
If there's another one, I'm with you. Yep.
If S&M is possible to win, to either win this or either get in the top 3 here, but for off of this restart, I would imagine who has the best chance of getting up there is Mr. Excitement getting past really early. Hemi Kid, he shows potential for, you know, racecraft and stuff. He's made fantastic moves in the past, like in Abu Dhabi, but he usually takes his time and waits for that opportunity. So
for sure.
But
Shira, I think the net podium runners right now would be Excitement, Shira, and Hemi Kid, because those hards will last all the way to the end. And Anime Boy and Stealth definitely do have to come in for a new set of tires at some point, along with Gray, Cam, and Sibes. They've all committed to the 2-stop. And S&M and Zizu are questionable on the medium tires. It's questionable whether or not they might make it or not. But I think if you're Excitement, Shira, and Hemi Kid, you're in the best spot right now. But, you know, another safety car could come out, VSC could come out, some people could spin or crash, so, you know, tons of stuff can happen yet. Nobody's out of it, but I think if you're P3 to P5, you're looking pretty lovely right now.
Wouldn't it be some funny stuff if we just saw the safety car doing drifts around here, like real life in the game, as we sing in your safety car restart going away for Anime Boy. Fry will lead it away here, coming into the final corner here.
All right. They'll wait for the safety car to take off into the pit lane. Anime Boy, in his first race in CRR, will be leading us away as we enter lap 11 of the Bahrain GP here in Tier 2. Stealth will be looking to keep it nice and close. And right behind them, everybody's on fresh tires. As we are off, Anime Boy breaking the toe, taking the inside line down towards the pit lane. And towards turn 1 we go. Anime Boy's going to keep the lead. Stealth, P2. Everybody's keeping it pretty single file back there. As we got some fighting towards the back of the field. In the meantime, though, Stealth staying real tight here to Anime Boy. Can he make a move? He cannot. Shira also trying to make a move in Excitement. He can't do that either. As we...
Ooh, stealth! Spun! Oh no!
Oh, and he's facing the wrong way. He'll be down in last place after that one. It was all looking so good for him. He'll have to battle back now from the back of the field. He'll be hoping for a safety car or something. As...
Ooh, a little bit of contact between Super and Uncle Gino. Uncle Gino getting under attack from Supreme. Supreme gets past nice and easy. Cam gets past Sibes, Hemi Kids' teammate there. But Mr. Excitement all
really,
over Anime's
He's really
gearbox,
pressuring Anime Boy here.
pushing him through the corners, as we would say in the F1 world. But, ooh,
and he's got his overtake enabled. He's not waiting until the final straight.
Yeah, if he lifts, he needs the lift in order.
They're going to go side by side. No, he will lift. There is no DRS yet, though, but Shira's now entering the fray as well. So Anime going to try and break the toe down to turn 1. Not even going to bother anymore. As Excitement's going to go side by side. Shira goes side by side. We got 3 wide. Down towards turn 1. Who will break later? Excitement on the inside. Shira on the outside.
We'll keep it together.
Tries to make 2 in 1 corner. And he will. Beautiful move down the outside by Shira. Excitement manages to keep P2, and Anime loses 2 positions in 1 corner.
Outstanding moment for Shira for that turn 1. Iconic corner for that, getting that optimal traction around the outside there. But it looks like
we got a couple cars spun in the backfield.
Nerdy, Sibes, or Nerdy, Lunar, or Uncle Gino, I mean. Yeah, Lunar. Trust my instinct. But Shira coming out.
All the different team changes. You'll have to excuse us for the first few races, as we got to remember what teams everybody's on, because there's been a lot of switches, so we don't have them all the way memorized yet. You'll have to forgive us for that for the first few races here of the season. But Hemi Kid basically pushing Anime Boy through the 3rd sector, just like Excitement and Shira were doing last lap. Hemi Kid getting boxed in here between Anime and S&M.
Ooh, Steve!
And JST also joining the fight.
But Hemi Kid going semi-defensive
Hemi
from
Kid.
S&M. Not.
JST's exit's going to be compromised. Metal. Oh!
Hemi Kid had a moment coming out of the final corner. Getting absolutely slammed like salami down the straight here because of that.
You got Excitement down the outside into turn 1 as well. He's going to try and get the switch back on Shira. He's got a good exit here through turn 2 and 3. Excitement with overtake. Looks like neither of them have DRS. Excitement tries to go down the outside. Can he carry that speed? Not quite, but he looks for the switch back. And they're going to be side by side towards S's. Can they leave each other room?
Who will concede? Shira.
They sure can.
Ooh,
Excitement has to concede. Beautiful racing there from those guys, as S&M is all over the back of Anime Boy now as well.
Anime Boy in flashing range here. Used all of the battery here that he possibly did.
Oh, Shira got all loose out of turn 10. Excitement now with DRS flies by Shira. Is going to reclaim the lead of this race. Shira will slot in behind him, and they're out of DRS from the guys behind, so it's looking more and more like a 2-horse race for the win here between Shira and Excitement. S&M trying to get by Anime. Once again, pushing Anime through the 3rd sector. He's on those aging hard tires, and he isn't able to carry the speed through those right-handers. As they enter the 3rd sector, S&M is going to be side by side with Anime. Looks to carry the speed. Anime leaves him the room, and S&M will make that move stick, and he steals the DRS from Anime. So Anime is going to be exposed here with no DRS, no ERS, no DRS. He's got nothing, as he's getting swallowed up by Hemi Kid and Metal. Able to fly by Anime. He's down to P6, but considering the tires he's on, he's not doing a bad job whatsoever. So he's going to steal that place right back from Hemi Kid.
Yeah, S&M
Hemi Kid look
from
now.
God.
Grab it back in.
Metal's gonna grab it, but
3 wide down to
Hemi
turn
Kid
4.
gonna go down the inside, but the Ferrari of Anime Kid is gonna pinch Hemi Kid.
Oh, we got contact in the back, and Hemi Kid. Hemi Kid's in the wall along with
JST.
Zizu.
Oh, Zizou. It was Zizou. Yeah, yeah.
Or
F1 lads.
oh,
F1
who was
lads,
it even?
F1 lads.
Oh, it was
I guess.
JC.
Oh God.
There's too many cars everywhere, Nerf.
Too many to count. But Anime mounts the curve too much there and goes straight on. But Metal God, off of that spin earlier, comes out of nowhere and back into a spot more than where he qualified. Well done from him with that. His racecraft there getting by as soon as possible to avoid any carnage.
Action absolutely everywhere, up and down the field after that safety car restart. Anime still holding on to P6 on those aging hard tires. He's doing a pretty good job up there. But he's under pressure from Garay right now as well. We'll see if he can manage to hold that position. As we got somebody taking off into the pits. Looks like...
It might be...
Oh, maybe not. Maybe they were just breaking the toe. I think they were just breaking the toe, actually. I thought they were heading into the pits. I am wrong. Anime is going to be fighting Garay down through turn 1 here. Gray carries the speeder on the outside on the fresher tires. Can he leave room for Anime on the outside? He sure does.
They're both even Steven right now, though, with that flashing red light.
Yep. Everybody blowing all their ERS in the early laps after the safety car restart here. And in the meantime, Shira and Excitement pulling a very large lead up front. 5.5 seconds to the rest of the field now. I'd like to mention that Vaughn is back up to P5 as well after some early race drama along with Metal. So, like I had said, lap 7 or whenever I had said, somewhere around there, you know, you're not out of the race just because you made a mistake or something happened. The safety cars really throw a wrench into things. So.
Yeah, they definitely throw a wrench into the plans that
And we got
somebody
Sibes in the wall at turn 8, I believe it is. Turn 7 or 8 there. Been a tough race from Sibes here today. He's been a little bit up and down. See if he can bounce back. Stealth at the back of the pack there as well on a fresh set of softs, and JST on a fresh set of mediums at the back of the pack.
Mr.
See if they can fight their way back
set up
towards
great.
the front.
Set up great. 3.5 tenths separate them into turn 1. DRS open will be for him. Will he go down the inside? Will he fake into the inside? Yeah, he'll do the fake out of the inside trick. Goes around the outside for better grip. Will he choose the outside line? Come into the outside
Shira
line.
loses the rear.
Oh, Shira loses the rear.
And
it not
broke
lasted
DRS
too long.
now.
Down the inside of S&M. Will he keep the traction? He'll keep the traction coming into the
oh, and
DRS zone.
S&M.
S&M.
S&M's off track.
Oh no! Oh no, no, no! S&M, why? Why? Why did you do that? I was root beering for you.
Just incredible action here, up and down the grid, like I said earlier. But yeah, 19 cars out here, and you know, not much to choose from any of them. So action is going crazy here today. Been a lot of fun to commentate this race. So far, we got 13 more laps coming your way.
Yeah, Mr. Excitement gets by Shira with that unfortunate traction loss for Shira.
Oh,
but
Shira's already broke back into the DRS here, though, so definitely not over up at the front.
Yeah, it's definitely not over, but at this point in the race, it's better to be in second position, to be honest with you, than first position. That way you can save ERS and save on fuel as well. And just
save on tires, yep.
Save on tires and attack
so I'm gonna
at the
check
end.
through the field here. So it looks like Zuper's flirting with low on fuel, so that's not ideal for him because it's a tough track for fuel. So watch for Zuper as well as Lunar, also low on fuel.
Down the inside, Teddy
they'll have
goes
to do a little bit of fuel
on
saving.
great logic. Teddy loses the rear, but Anime will lose the rear as well, where I lost it in Season 3. If I was Anime
staying out just one lap too long on those hard tires, he's gonna have to come in and get those things off.
Yeah, I would imagine he'd
Amy
come
Kid will
in
take
this
the
lap.
position from him. Shira also did get by Excitement there down to turn 1, I believe it was.
Down the
so their battle for P1 continues raging on.
Teddy goes into the hairpin there, gets done and dusted, but we've still got the DRS zone. Will Gray get close enough by the end of the straight to get an attack on those soft compound tires as they are screaming by this point. 8-lap-old tires for his softs. We'd be better off staying behind. But Metal God has broke the DRS from them, so all he's got to do is just worry about his own race and maybe coast a little bit, save ERS, and
he's got a podium.
He's got his first podium of the new season here. But Gray Logic,
The battle for the top 2 spots keep on raging though as Excitement gets a better exit out of the last corner than Shira does. He's going to take the DRS and steal first back from Shira. So they keep trading every lap here. Same age tires, similar
Mr.
battery
Excitement
percentages.
goes in too deep there into turn 1, but manages to get good traction.
If Shira can mount a challenge here towards turn 4.
Will he do a fake out?
Excitement goes defensive. Shira goes on the outside. Excitement leaves the room. Can he carry the speed though as Excitement tries to? They're going to be side by side here towards S's once again. Excitement gives it up. Shira will lead. Oh, Shira's gone! Shira's in the gravel. He'll try and get it saved here, as they did have a bit of a gap to the cars behind, so he's not going to lose into the podium.
P3 for Gray Logic.
So Shira not losing too many positions there because of the gap that him and Excitement had to the rest of the field, but he is down in P4, and now the pressure's on from Supreme.
Supreme. Well, Mr. Excitement is 12 laps away from leading the championship, it looks like, unless commentators curse he spins somewhere. But he won't.
Yeah, he got a 7-second
that.
gap to P2. Got a 7-second gap to P2. He's got honestly just as good tires as anyone around him, so he's really just got to keep it together here. As it looks like Supreme gets by Shira as they enter the third sector. Shira will look to get a good exit off of the last corner here down towards turn 1. So it looks like Supreme's going to be left with no DRS. Shira will have the DRS. Going to fly by the inside of Supreme. Supreme not going to fight it too much here. As we got Zizou in the pits, we got S&M in the pits. Committed to that 2-stop strategy like I had mentioned earlier, so they're going to be coming in now. Get on a fresh set of mediums.
Hards for
these
medium.
two, and yeah, hards for S&M.
Hards for S&M, and Zizou, it's mediums.
Supreme still trying to fight Shira, only 2/10 back as we got a spinner. It's Hemikid on the exit of turn 4 again. So Hemikid not having the most enjoyable time out there, but still well in the points. It's just the first race of the season, so still lots of time to get the points on the board.
But as my
We
prediction
all know
goes,
that, what Hemikid's capable of.
Come on, Metal God, make me proud. Come on. Come on. Unfortunately, the other McLaren isn't here to do another 2-3 like last season in Tier 1, but
double McLaren podium. We'll be looking to do that again ourselves tomorrow night.
Yeah, hopefully.
Supreme down the inside towards the last corner of Shira. He'll give it up. Shira carries the speed around the outside. Who's going to get DRS? It's going to be Supreme. But Supreme now 8/10 back. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to mount a challenge here towards turn 1.
He's currently
Shira's
in a Red Bull sandwich
far ahead.
And he's currently in a Red Bull sandwich,
Yep.
in a very uncomfortable position.
Shira gets a bit of a bad exit out of turn 1. Supreme gets a pretty decent exit, and he'll have DRS. We'll see if he can mount a challenge towards turn 4. Doesn't look like he'll be able to this time. So Supreme sticking nice and close to Shira. Hemikid nice and close to Nerdy. He'll be looking to make that move in a little bit, I'm sure, as we got Sibes and Stealth coming off of their soft compound tires into the pits. We've got somebody off the road. And we've got Supreme spun from the exit of turn 8, I believe it is. He'll drop down to P6, and now he'll be under pressure from Uncle Gino and Anime Boy.
Gray is on top of. That sounds so wrong. On top of Metal God right now.
He's on top of Metal God.
Coming into the back straight here, officially. Gray gets a little bit better of an exit. Wooly lift and coast, save a little bit of ERS, and use that ERS to an advantage into turn one. We're surprisingly keeping it together here through the final corner here. Gonna have DRS to open for Metal God.
He flies by Metal down towards turn one.
Metal God sees that
He'll make that
flashing
move
light.
stick.
Flashing light.
Yep.
And he's gonna try to get him back through turn four here, coming into turn four, I believe. Turn five.
Not gonna use overtake. He's got a decent amount of batteries saved up. He's not gonna use it for now. As Gino gets by Supreme on the exit of turn one. Anime is going to be interested as well. Anime still hasn't pit. He's still on 20-lap-old hards. He's got to get off those things eventually. Surprisingly, his pace is still quite good on those tires. He's got to be going to the softs here at the end, I would imagine.
He needs to.
Hemi looks like Hemi lost it again at turn 3, so he's down to P12 now, the last points-paying position this season. Teddy's looking to make a move on Nerdy for P9. Oh, we got somebody who's stopped. Oh, F1 lads was stopped, but he's back going again. I thought for a second there that it might have been Shira, but he's not in the
Teddy
tower
looking
anymore,
down the
so.
inside through the technical corners of the track on Nerdy. Nerdy concedes the position to Teddy. Very well done overtake. Not really many overtakes done there, but he managed to get it done.
Yep. Now, Anime still on those 20-lap-old tires. Only a few tenths off of Supreme. He's only a few tenths off of Gino. So we have 3 cars real tight here as they enter towards lap 22 as Supreme runs wide. Anime now coming into the pits to get off those hard tires. He's got to be going to the softs, you'd imagine, for the remainder of this race.
Metal God on the inside, coming next to the next corner, side by side.
Hemi get in the pits now as well. Done with those hard tires. He wants nothing to do with them. He's coming in for a fresh set of softs as well. Those hards just did not work out for Hemi.
No, they did not. But Metal God has sprung a leak past Gray Logic here. But will he be able to maintain his pace here? Or will it be like a Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen 2022 moment here at Bahrain here? Or 2023, I believe.
Gray, you've got to think Gray actually has to come into the pits yet. I forgot he was on the 2-stop strategy. He's on the softs. They're 13 laps old. I'm not sure if he can drag another 7 laps out of those things, to be quite honest with you. As we got... Who is it? Teddy? No.
It's Shira.
Someone's... Oh, Shira down to P6. He must...
Shira
he was losing again.
He got hit.
Thankfully for him, he can go to the wall, but he's down to P9 now. Oh, and he's spinning in circles. He's got no idea which way is towards the track.
Nerdy
As he's
gets
now
by
down
Supreme.
to P11. As Gray side by side with Metal. Metal gonna keep the position for now. Gray's gonna fight it down towards turn 4. He's got a really good exit here. Gray down the inside, it looks like. Yes, he does. Can he get it stopped in time? Absolutely he can. And on the power, just like that, that's how you make an overtake down to turn 4. Presented by Gray Logic.
And Gray Logic.
We'll see if he can keep out there on those soft tires or whether he's got to come in again, though. Shear's down to P13. He's in the pits. Supreme in the pits as well. Back out of the pits now on some fresh softs. Shear on fresh softs.
A little bit more on later on the breaks through the technical section of the track there compared to Gray there. Got a little bit closer, riding that gearbox. Is he going to be riding that gearbox all the way to lap 29? Or like I said,
Ooh, somebody lost it. I know it's F1 lads again.
Those F1 lads.
Having a tough time back there on those soft tires.
Gray Logic coming around in the final corner to start lap 24.
So if he's going to come in, he's got to come in soon, you'd think.
As I will check if he's within regulations here. He should be. He started on the mediums and he started on the soft, or he's finishing on the softs. So
Metal down the inside of turn 1. Thinks better of it though. But did he put Gray out of position? Absolutely he did. Gray's compromised through turn 3. Metal with DRS.
not able to get the traction
Gonna
down
look
for
to
Metal.
steal back that. Yeah, he's gonna look to steal back that position, just like Gray did to him last lap. Decides not to go for it there. Gray will stay ahead for now. So if Gray can make those tires survive.
A little bit of snap of oversteer from Metal God. You wouldn't expect that for coming from him, from his tires. I would expect that more from Gray's aspect, like you said there, Fry. But managing to keep it all well together here. 15 laps on those tires so far.
S&M making a move past Anime Boy, I believe it was. Anime on some fresh soft tires. We'll be looking to fight that one back, I would imagine. Shira gets by Sabs as well, also on a fresh set of softs. Zizu right behind Lunar. Nerdy's behind Gino. Like I said though, if Gray can keep those softs alive, I don't know if he can. I don't know if there's another 5 laps in those things, but if there is, he might just have a podium on the cards
between
there.
Lunar and Zizu. Zizu manages to get back at Lunar. Still side by side, but concedes the position. But Anime Boy coming out of nowhere. Wasn't able to get
Can't
the
make
position.
the move stick there though.
Ooh, Zizu goes a little bit too wide there. But Lunar compromises exit. Opens the window for Zizu. Zizu gets by. So does S&M. So does Anime Boy. Oh, Lunar's a little bit frustrated going down the inside, but upside out of it like you've.
Thought he was about to send it there. That might have gotten real dangerous.
Gray goes into turn 4. Or Metal, I mean.
Metal still that position back from him.
Yeah.
As we've got a huge group of cars exiting turn 1 right now. Looks like a battle, 3-way battle for the last few points paying positions. Anime on the freshest set of tires of them all. Looks like he is going to come out ahead. Ooh, he makes a slight contact with S&M, but didn't look too egregious there. They'll be single file towards the S's. Nerdy also fighting with Gino through turn 9 and 10.
A lot of contact between him and Gino there.
Gino runs wide.
Gino's still keeping it
And Nerdy
together.
with the DRS.
Still side by side here. Still side by side. Gino has the traction to keep it together. One of them's got to concede the position sooner or later. Still side by side coming in to sector 3. Nerdy comes out on top. But coming into the front straight here, Uncle Gino will have. Oh, Nerdy will do
Nerdy
the
gives it
DRS.
to him. Oh, and he bumped into the back of him. Looked like he was playing some DRS chicken, but might have missed his breaking point. Bumps into the back of Gino. Might have to see the stewards about that one, but for now, Nerdy's up to P6.
Zizu was looking down the inside of a Super or Lunar there, keeping it together, not going for the position there.
Anime looking to make a move on Gino here. Gino on 18-lap old hards and Anime on 4-lap old softs. Should make that move stick down to turn 4. Anime with no ERS left in the tank, but the DRS will help him get side by side.
And
the
that
tires
fresh grip.
should have him come out ahead. Yep.
And that is a done and dusted for him there. But surprisingly, Gray Logic with that medium to soft strategy is coming in clutch right now. So far, he's got four and a half
I can't
seconds.
believe those softs are still alive. I don't want to give him the commentator's curse, but I don't see how he doesn't get a puncture by the end. Those things have got to be cooked by now.
Yeah, Metal has already gathered a 2-second, so he's out of his DRS, not pulling him along. It's going to be hard for Gray to keep Zuper and Teddy out of DRS zone, as Zuper has had plenty of podiums in the past, but our newcomer Teddy here showing
looking
potential
for a move
here.
on Zuper.
He's on the freshest compounded tire right now on 10 lap younger tires here. He's got to get past Zuper here in order to get his first podium up. CRR goes down the inside. Will he have the traction advantage? Zuper will have the traction advantage coming into 2 and 3, coming into better battery into DRS zone. He goes. Teddy looking down the inside, but chooses not to. Man, he's got to get past
those better tires. You've got to think that he's got to make that move at some point. Those tires, 10 laps younger, softer compound. You think he's got to have quite a bit of delta to play with, but he'll look for a better place to do it than Sector 1, I guess.
And Zuper's got that time penalty as well to deal with as well. I believe it's a 3-second time penalty, so I'm not really too sure if he's trying to hold up Zuper for Gray Logic to get his first podium, I believe, ever in CRR. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a helpful gesture for Zuper, or if he's just trying to keep him back for a little bit longer.
Yeah, Gray, 18-lap-old softs. He's just got 2 laps to go on those things, man. I hope for his sake he can make it happen. So you got a car stopped on track. Looks like it is Sibes, but he's back going again. Supreme is only 2/10 back of Zizou, looking for the last points paying position, which is now 12th place. As Zuper and Vaughn fighting into turn 1, but Vaughn looks like he might have finally made that move stick. As he takes off down the road on the faster tires, Zuper will try and fight it back here in the next lap and a half, but I don't think he has the tires to do it. Lunar going side by side with Hemi. Won in P3 in the championship last season, going at it, battling for 10th now. Hemi Kid comes out ahead. Lunar will take the DRS. Doesn't look like any moves are on at the moment, though. Lunar on 20-lap-old hards. Hemi on 6-lap-old softs. As we got Gray. Did he finally pick up a puncture? Looks like he's really struggling. Doesn't look like he has a puncture, but he's really struggling on those soft tires. He's now down to P5, unfortunately. But Teddy, in his first race with CRR, is looking primed to take a podium here today. Oh, as Gray loses it. Those tires are completely shot. Oh, he's got to try and limp that car through another lap and a quarter here. Oh, tragedy for Gray. Just chose the wrong tires. If only he had the mediums or the hards, he'd still be alive, but he'll try and limp that car through another lap around the Sakir circuit.
Yeah, coming on to the final lap here. Teddy, like you said, getting by Zuper for that last podium spot. I'm guessing Gray Logic has pitted, so...
He did come into the pits, yeah. I think those tires were completely done. He's now on a fresh set of softs for the last lap of the race, but unfortunately for Gray, he's down in P13, so a potential podium now turning into no points for Gray unless something dramatic happens out in front of him. Ugh, tragedy for Gray. Such a good race from him. Unfortunately, tire strategy just didn't quite pay off. In the meantime, Anime Boy getting by Nerdy at turn 8, I believe it is. Nerdy's going to try and fight that back. Anime's got no ERS. Nerdy's got 20% to work with here, but also 11 lap older tires, so we'll see if he can make anything happen. As Lunar and Supreme fighting it out towards turn 9 and 10. Supreme,
the season 4 opener,
tries to pull off an Alonso on Hamilton.
Mr. Excitement will be your first winner of the season 4, followed by Metal and followed by our new Tier 2 driver of the season of CRR, Teddy, in the Williams.
Congrats on the podium for Teddy.
And Zuper just falling short. And Anime Boy, unfortunately, was on that front row. Unfortunately, some wrong strategy choices, but at the end of the day, still a top
Big
5.
P6 for Nerdy, though.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't complain about a top 5, I'd imagine. Hemi Kid sneaks back into the points. The P8. Gino low on fuel! And he gets beaten right line by Supreme.
Flashbacks.
Lunar and Zizou.
There's some flashbacks.
CMS is having Vietnam flashbacks now after seeing that. And Gray and Shira both just missing out on the points here today. Very, very unfortunate for them. 2 good races put up by them, but just came up short.
Yeah, Steve was showing some pretty good potential. Same with Stealth. I think he would have had a podium, but probably was pushing the tires too much.
Yeah, even though Gray, Shira, Sibes, Stealth, even though they finished at the back, I think they definitely proved today that they'll be fighting up there here throughout the season.
Yeah, Mr. Excitement.
Some good races.
A no-brainer.
Small mistakes.
He was up there. The qualifying order was Shira, Anime Boy, and Mr. Excitement. So Mr. Excitement gaining 2 positions and getting a good start to the Drivers' Championship, and the same for Aston Martin for the drivers or for the constructors. And as far as the game goes, what is your driver of the day there for Fry?
Metal. Great recovery drive from him after some early drama in the race. Still came back and had a commanding P2. I mean, obviously you'd give it to Excitement. He drove a great race, but we'll give it to Metal. Our final grid order here tonight. Excitement in the Aston Martin taking the first win of CRR Tier 2 Season 4 around Bahrain. 20 points in the bag for him. Metal in P2, rounding out the podium, one of the newbies, Vaughn, taking home a podium for Williams. Zuper in P4, Anime in P5, also a new guy. Good showing from the new guys today, P2 and P5. Nerdy rounding out for Aston Martin in P6. S&M P7, Hemi Kid P8, P9 for Supreme, P10 for Gino, Lunar in P11, and Zizou rounding out the points in P12.
Yeah, outstanding effort from everybody. For the most part, it was a nice racing today, and it was.
Let's head to the cooldown.
I would have to agree with Fry with Metal being a driver of the day.
And never ever played like ranked together. It's nuts.
That's awesome, man.
Damn. Well, congrats to you. This is your first race in league.
First race, yeah, ever.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
It's good, man. I was surprised we only had one safety car.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
I was like thinking there would be at least one more, but to only have one was kind of nice.
Set the tone for Tier 1 for tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let him go 0.
Boys. Quite the race out there, fellas. I guess we'll go through one by one. I think each of you guys had a bit of a different race to each other and all ended up on the podium. But we'll start with Vaughn. First league race ever, I hear?
Yeah, indeed.
Well, you can't complain with a P3.
Definitely could not complain for being on the podium. I mean, starting off, like, I was already having the jitters, and then as soon as I got spun first corner and was in the back, I didn't know what to do with myself, and that safety car just kind of brought life into the entire race for me.
Yeah, dude, safety cars, that changes the whole thing around. I think I said in around lap 7, something like that, I had said, watch out for a safety car. No, none of these guys should give up, because it throws a wrench into the race, and some people benefited and some people didn't, but you definitely did. And saw 2 laps from the end, Gray taking a gamble on the soft tires. He said about 78% wear already. Just couldn't keep it on track. What was your reaction when you saw him off track and saw that the podium was possible?
I was literally in shock. I saw him turned around coming straight towards my front wing of my car, and I was like, is that a lapper or is that the guy in third? And all of a sudden I looked up top left and I was in third, and was kind of just take it off from there. I didn't know what to think.
Yeah, that absolutely feels good. I hope to we hope to see you here pretty regularly, but P3 to start the season, definitely can't complain. Got a race next weekend in Saudi Arabia. How do you feel about that track?
I love Saudi. Me and Sean Stealth is my teammate. We played all the time, and it's just fun. It's a lot of tight corners, big straightaways, carry a lot of speed, and even though it's tight, it still makes for good racing because pace is always going to be up.
For sure, for sure. I'll let Nerf take it away for the P2.
Thank you.
As for I will gotta fix something. There we go. As for P2 coming into the season, or coming off with his first CRR win in history of Season 3, coming in with a bang into the championship this side of round. Metal, what was your mindset going into the race when after that spin?
Oh, after that spin, I was just praying for a safety car. It was just a dumb little mistake by me into turn 10. Got a little too much of the curve and accelerated way too fast and just spun the car. So I was just hoping that there would be a safety car, and eventually there was, which kind of saved my race.
Yeah, the safety car gods definitely went into your favor. But were you feeling any pressure from Gray Logic coming into the after he before he came in? You know, were you kind of questionable on you know, whether he was staying out on those tires or if he was holding you up?
No, I was surprised how long he was able to keep those softs out there. I thought for sure he was going to come in and pit, but he was definitely up there until like the last 5 laps. Then he started to slip back. I seen what had happened. It's very unfortunate that he had spun around there with like a couple laps to go, and to slip away from having a podium like that kind of sucks for him.
Yeah, your first podium of many, I would imagine. But a great kickstart to the championship. Coming into Saudi next Thursday, what are the odds for your standings on the track?
Saudi is always hard to tell because there'll be times where I'll do just fine, and other times I just tap a wall and ruin my race. So if I can keep it clean, I feel like it can be back up towards the front, but if not, towards the back could be unfortunate. But
Yeah, it's yeah, I would have to agree with you. But like I've said last season, Monaco, the speed of Monaco. So that's what I call that track.
yeah,
Monaco speed. So the walls are there. But yeah, congrats on your podium, dude, and hope to see you back on the podium next week.
Yeah, thank you.
On to Mr. Excitement with the falling short of last season's championship, coming out with a bang into season 4. Whenever qualifying was starting, what was your mentality coming into the after you've done your lap and anime has slapped a 10th more or better than you? What was going through your head?
In qualifying, the lap I set, the 129.8, I believe, that was I'd say some say that's a banker. I pushed hard and there wasn't a whole lot of grip on the track anyways. So to have that as my banker, I like greatly appreciated, and I thank the game to give me that. So when I did that, I was able to like sit back and relax in the pit and kind of watch everybody. And at that point, I went with the softer tires allocations or whatever it's called. And I had 4 softs, so you always take 2 with you. So I said, all right, I'll use one more set of tires, and I'll take 2 fresh, brand new set of softs with me over to the race in case of something that does happen, because I've been burned like 2-4 many times.
Indeed, and coming into the race with that fantastic race start and leading the race, kind of like Max Verstappen. Were you with that first safety car coming out? Were you worried about your strategy being compromised with the ones that were staying out?
Well, not really. I was more surprised at the fact that we only had 1 safety car. So my original strategy was to be soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft. That was the original plan. But when I went for softs, and I think the safety car came out, I believe it was lap 8 or whatever, it was lap 7. I was on the straight, and as soon as the yellow indicator came up on top that it was safety car, I had maybe about a split second to get myself into the pit, and I was able to do so and slow myself down enough that I didn't take a 5 seconds. So that saved me too big time. If I would have had a little more momentum, or I was like 2/10 quicker in that last section, I would have missed the pit entry and I would have been in a completely different position. I probably wouldn't be here right now talking to you guys.
And for sure, that was definitely I would imagine, a game changer. That definitely decided the race outcome there as for the top. As we've said in the past, coming into Saudi, the speed of Monaco, what are your odds?
Well, last season when I was at Saudi Arabia, I had not the wrong car setup, but I didn't put it to the parts that I wanted to it, and I lost a lot of tire grip in the rear end very quickly than I wanted to. So I got a couple tweaks to it, and I think it'll do me a little bit better justice, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, you hear folks from our leading champ coming into the start of season 4 at Bahrain, going into Saudi Arabia. I believe Aston's leading the championship, I think, by quite a bit, but like we said, congrats on your first win of the season, and hope for many more.
Thanks, guys.
Coming into the end of the race here, Fry. That was one crazy race, eh?
If that's what we can, if that's what we can expect for the next 11 races, I think we're in for a treat here, and I hope that we can do the same tomorrow in Tier 1 as well. And I think CRR Season 4 is going to be a good one.
So, as far as the breakdowns go, you're not going to want to miss it. If you enjoyed Be sure to smack that follow button. They are free, like Wisebot has said. And if you want to see more of the action or become a member of this fantastic community at CRR, hit that Wise button link. Like I said before, it's Wise. So get your butt on in here, and we can race every Thursday at 8:45 in 7 days' time. You're not going to want to miss it. And like Bryce said, looking for the action at Friday, 9:45 Eastern is the time to shine and put the boots on and ready to rumble. This is your boy Nerf for Nothing, and I'll see you and
E-Fairzy.
in the next one. Peace.